Welcome back to Tales from the Underroom, and welcome back to you, Jonas.
Thank you.
It's been a little while. It's good to have you back. So, before we get right into it, last we left off with Ray. You and the party had gone off into the tundra, led by two winter wolves, to where to the two teenagers that you had been hired to rescue were trapped, presumably in the lair of a frost giant. You successfully made your way there, found out that the frost giant was long dead, and fought his pet mammoth. After investigating the house, you found the two teenagers locked in a cage and set them free. Before braving the winter cold again, you decided to settle down for the night. While taking first watch, you started to feel odd and see your bodily form flicker in and out and in different motions, and then everything went black. And that's where we pick up. You come to consciousness. You're not sure how long it's been, in pure darkness. You stand up. You can't see ground around you, but you feel like it's there. And in front of you, one mote of light appears. Soft and hazy, but present.
I start walking towards it.
Okay. As you do, it gets a little bigger, and you feel warmth coming off of it. And you get to the point where it's within arm's reach. It does not move. It does not change. It's just floating.
Okay. I'll roll history to see if, I don't know, maybe this is something that's happened to me before.
Yeah.
I'm going to burn these dice. That is a nat 1, making it a 3.
You do not think you have not seen this before, but you feel like you've seen lights before, and this looks like a light.
Great. So looking around, there's nothing else around.
Nothing.
Okay.
Just pure, impenetrable darkness.
In that case, I'll roll Arcana.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe this is something magical. Okay, that's much better. That's a dirty 20.
Okay. Looking at it, you get a magical sense. Like you're used to kind of feeling the presence of magic, either from the own bits you've dabbled with or from people that you've traveled with. There's this sort of charge in the air around magic occurring. This gives you a similar sense, but it's not one that you can identify as a type of magic that you have seen prior to this moment.
Okay.
As you're studying it, you lean in, and as you get close to it, you see it start to split, and then out into two more, and then two more, and then two more, and then you start to get this fractal pattern as it continues to expand outward. Each mode of light that appears breaks into two more, never becoming smaller. It's almost as if it's generating two of equal size, and they are going out into the distance, into the dark.
I mean, this is all incredibly overwhelming, so Ray isn't really sure what to do with this. So she just kind of watches it happen.
Okay. You sit there and watch as they go out, and they start to branch more and more until they start to surround behind you as well. And you've gone from looking at one mode of light to a starscape, a field of these motes, ever expanding, becoming denser. As they wrap around behind you, out of the corner of your eye, you see one split only a couple feet away from you, and one dart in your direction. Do you try to dodge it?
Yeah.
Roll me a dex save.
I blame the mat because it bounced. That's a 3.
Okay. You go to twist out of the way, but aren't quite fast enough, and it slams into you. And there's a flash of light, and in that moment, you see your brother standing in front of your parents, but your parents don't look right. There's something wrong with them, and he's brandishing a weapon at them, and then the vision is gone.
I'll roll history to see if this is something I remember, because I think in Ray's immediate memory and what she can recall of her life, this is not one of those events. That is a 6.
Okay. Nothing is coming to mind. Nothing is branching off of that. Now, you were still standing where that one broke off, and as you do, you see both of the next ones that come off of it collide into your chest, and for a brief moment, you see your parents standing over your brother, and then in the other one, you see yourself standing between them and him, and both of these fade away very rapidly.
As it fades, I kind of grasp at the place that they were. And do I, is it a sort of just a sense that these are my family, or is it like physically I can tell from looking at them?
You would recognize them.
Okay.
Yeah, you can tell just by looking at them that it's them. Looking around after encountering that one, you see a hazy form start to coalesce in between the motes of light. Vaguely familiar. A female. You can tell from the height, a tiefling. But at this distance, you're having a hard time seeing clearly.
I walk towards it.
Okay. As you do, you walk, kind of graze against a couple more of the motes of light. You see a flash of yourself sitting around a campfire. You brush that off. You see another of you standing in a cave with a bear towering over you and somebody beneath you. You brush that one off as well because you don't recognize that. And as that one fades, you see the hazy figure of your mother standing in front of you.
What is it just her, or is there...
It's just her. She's standing, just gazing, kind of at you, kind of past you. And you can't see her mouth move, but you hear her voice say, "I was wondering if you would ever find your way here. I spent many nights here."
Where am I?
You know, I'm not quite sure. But it always brought me comfort. I would frequently find myself here in my sleep, in my dreams. And there's something about this place. It's as if everything is possible. And at the same time, we are confined to one. And as she says that, she kind of holds out her hand and gestures, and you see a mode of light that is brighter than the rest of them. Much, much brighter.
I kind of try to take it.
As you grasp it in your hand, you feel a firm core, and you get that same flash as you do with the other ones. And you see the last moments of you in the ice house, standing, keeping watch, and then flashing out. And you watch a hazy figure standing in your place, while Torek, who was also keeping watch, walks over and kind of tries to gesture his hand through it as if it were smoke and hits it, and then it disappears, and the vision fades. And your mother looks at you and she says, "There are many options, and we are never confined to the future. It is always in flux. But this place will show you the determined past, if you let it.
Where are you? How can I find you again?
She smiles sadly and rests her hand on your cheek and says, I am gone, child. But through this place and through what you can do, I will always be with you. And you can call upon me using your strength to aid you when you need it.
Ray reaches in and tries to grasp her mother in a hug.
Right. You feel her and can hug her, and she pulls in close and wraps her arms around you.
I've missed you.
I've missed you, child. It's been for so long. And then she steps back and she says, I must go. But call upon me whenever, and I will be there. And then the hazy form disappears, and you find yourself alone in this field of stars once more, continuing to branch out. Roll perception for me real quick.
Okay, we use different dice because those are garbage.
That's fair.
Burning them forever. Burning these dice too. That was a 5.
Okay. Okay. You sit there looking for a pattern in the way that things are expanding, but you just can't seem to piece it together. It seems almost random, just that things always continue to expand, and you sit there for who knows how long. It feels like it could have been minutes or maybe hours, weeks, and just watch. And then you start to notice some of these expanding stars peter out. Some of them go dark as things go wrong or they have nowhere to go and vanish into the darkness. Over time, you do start to see a pattern here. Although they expand out as far as you can see, there hits a point where they stop expanding, as if there's a barrier that nothing seems to be able to break, and a wall of darkness outside of it, impenetrable, unmoving, reaching outwards almost, as if tendrils were trying to force its way back through the lines of expanding motes of light that reached it.
Are the kind of tendrils poking through anywhere near me?
Not yet, but they are making their way closer to you.
Yeah, I'm going to try to get as far away from them as possible.
Okay.
Whether that be heading towards the center or to one side.
Mm-hmm. So you turn around and see them encroaching from behind you as well. But realize that they seem to be sort of in parallel lines almost. So you start darting towards one way, and you hear another voice say, "Where are you going, child? You can't run from me."
I can run from anything.
You're not the first to say that, and you will not be the last. Come. It's been so long since I've had company in this place between the stars.
No, stay away.
And as you say that and look, you see the shadows kind of like lurch towards you, and there's a bright flash of light. And that's where we're going to pick up later. Welcome back, everyone, to Tales from the Underroom, where nothing is sacred and everyone dies. Last time, I don't think anyone died. No, last time someone did die. Last time, you guys made your way back to the town of Dugan's Hole through the snow and ice, pursued by two winter wolves.
It was a dire situation.
On the path, you did. On the path, you did lose one of your new kobold companions, but did manage to keep the other two and the two teenagers that you had rescued alive. Making your way back to town, returning them to their mother, who rewarded you aptly. And you settled down to celebrate for the night, enjoying your libations and getting a little rowdy. You had
Flynn got turned.
Yeah, had a rousing time and conversation.
Tried to share our feelings.
Yeah, and looked up to find that Torek was missing. He had made his way down to the docks to speak to Sefik, who you had found out through part of Torga's company was in town. Had a conversation, took some alcohol, came back. And you guys settled down for the night. And that's where we pick up. Does anyone have anything they need to do at the night or in the morning?
Probably just some Tylenol.
I have unfortunate news for you, my friend.
Ye old.
Do you think healing words help hangovers? Is that a thing?
Did you take damage?
So here's the question. Does it cure poison?
Yeah.
Because that is the rule I go with. Hangovers can be cured by anything that cures poison. So
Well,
if it
yeah.
does, but you'd have to check. I do not believe that it does, however.
So Flynn wakes up, like half of his body's like just strewn on the couch, and he wakes up. He's like,
Oh God! Oh, this is not good. I never felt quite like this. Hello, good morning.
"Your first hangover, really?"
Yep. If that's what they call it. Yep.
Well, they never get any easier. So
I did not realize Halfling got hangover.
It only takes a shot.
As you guys are sitting around, Silja is moving around, kind of still doing those pulsing lights in her hand as she tries to pull the divine energy. And Torek sits there kind of just watching, not providing any direction at this point in time, but just watching her do it. And the kobolds are very excited about this happening. And the brother brings a plate of breakfast in with his mom. They bring in some cooked eggs and some bread, which you haven't seen in quite some time. But they seem to be pulling out the stops for their rescuers.
thank you so much. This is quite generous of you. I think this is going to be the only thing that saves me. Yeah, eat up.
I have not had breakfast like this in a long time.
For the first time, Finn, the brother, speaks up and he says, we can't thank you enough. Please, eat as much as you want.
Don't mind if I do. And I proceed to grab a not loaf, but like just a portion of bread and chow down.
All
the
bread
whole
there
bread.
is.
The whole bread goes into my halfling mouth. Yeah, I go to town.
Yeah. As you guys are eating, you hear a bit of a commotion outside. Roll perception.
Everybody?
Yes.
17.
Okay.
11. I'm just thinking about breakfast. Yeah. I only have an 8.
Okay. So Flynn, you are lost in your food and don't quite make out, but
Food for thought.
yeah. The other,
Is this going to be the whole session?
gonna be the whole
I just
session.
need to know.
the rest of you hear a voice calling from outside.
Hail! Hail and hark, adventurers of Dugan's Hole!
Oh, I do believe that is us.
I suppose if he's talking to anybody, he's talking to us.
I do believe so.
Huh? What? What's going
So
on?
I will open up the door and say, "Hail and well met, friend." Who is it?
Halfling, hooded in a dark brown cloak, is walking by, just kind of yelling into the air. And when you open the door, looks at you and goes,
Ah! There are men and women of great renown here, yes? Is that something that you would use to describe yourself?
On a good day,
I would
yes.
describe
myself that way.
Flynn just like settles his food and burps.
This is wonderful. Torek, like kind of leaning against the door frame, just goes, and then goes back inside. And the halfling is
And what can I call each of you?
Oh, you can call me Flynn. Hi, I'm from Sacomba. And, I'm here in the cold and frigid. Still trying to figure out why, but yeah, I'm here.
Right, I've never heard of it, but okay. Great place, Acumber. Yes, probably.
Soren.
All right.
I am Zoria Mountain Bearer.
I think I've heard of each of you. I think I have plans because I could use help from people like you.
I do not know that we should be introducing ourselves to you now. I am very concerned.
Oh, well, let me set you at ease. They call me many things. The steeper of teas, the creeper of bushes, and the peeper of toms, but you can call me Ya.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have come from the great town of East Haven on behalf of the militia because we are in trouble, quite frankly.
Flynn hears East Haven, quickly gets out his map. He loves maps. Okay, all right. I see where East Haven is.
It's to the east.
My God. So you must be from the east.
Yes, you could say that.
Is it a haven?
For some, not for all. And in fact, it is mostly a haven for scoundrels. But if you're a scoundrel, it's a great place to be.
I seem to be noticing a trend in Icewind Dale.
Bit of a rough place.
You are just now learning.
Through experience, yes. Well, tell us about this problem that you're having.
We have had many problems. We have had rogue wizards. We have invisible murderers. We have the ghost of the White Lady herself and missing people. There's so many things, and I have come seeking advice from the spirits and also seeking swords to aid us.
Flynn hears of the White Lady and is very curious. And so timidly he says,
What? White Lady, huh? Can you tell me more?
She is one of the spirits of winter. She inhabits our town and the lake around it and brings terror and cold wherever she goes. But I think that she may also have knowledge for us, so I am seeking to call upon her here. But I am going to need help with this, if you would be so kind.
I'm down.
Wait, what kind of help?
I will beseech the spirit of the White Lady, and I need the persuasive characters of others and their energy to keep the spirit on this plane.
Why are you trying to get to White Lady?
Because I think she may be able to tell us about the other problems that we're having. We're used to her, honestly. She's just kind of a thing that we're, I mean, she's always been there, so we're just used to that. But the other ones are new, so really,
Can we, guys? I really want to meet the White Lady.
I really want to roll insight on him.
Go ahead.
That's a 20. Dirty 20.
He's being like painfully honest.
Excellent. Well, you do seem trustworthy, and you came alone? There's no one with you?
No. I came by myself.
So what are you exactly to East Haven?
Well, I'm a bard.
Oh,
I charm the masses with my soothing voice.
one of my best friends were bards.
Well, I do not think you will need help with persuasion from us, yes?
No. I will need your help still.
What college did you go to?
I didn't. We don't have colleges here. Maybe you have noticed.
Yeah. Yeah, I've noticed there's not even good libraries.
We go to...
There
we
is
go
a good library in
to-
East Haven, though.
Oh,
Many books. I have not read them, but they are there.
I want to go everywhere.
I'd like to visit as well.
I would not mind going with you, halfling, and helping.
Wonderful. Then follow me.
And he starts walking towards the
I-
west side of town.
Did we finish breakfast? I think you need to give us 1 minute to thank our people.
Well, all right. If you will meet me at the 20 Stones of Thrune, I will be there.
All right.
Preferably with more help that I pick up on the way, but we shall see.
The 20 Stones of Thrune.
We shall see you
Do
there.
we know where that is?
You can see it.
Oh, there's
Is
20 of the stones. in
you
front.
can't roll perception.
No. Roll for counting. Roll for counting. Finally, 15.
Okay. Given the like you're in those few hours of twilight during the Evernight, you have just enough light to be able to see in the distance on the western side of town a great hill rising up against the starscape, and on top of it you do see a ring of stones, and you think there's probably 20.
It's up there. We gotta meet him up there.
Yes, yes.
It's not too far.
No, not far at all. Oh, far from me. Not far for you, though. But I came here because, well, from everything we know, we think that the veil might be thinner here. I don't know for sure, but it seemed like a good bet.
Yes.
Where's Torque in all of this? Is he listening to the conversation?
Roll perception.
13.
Okay. From what you see, Torque is standing inside. He's standing fairly close to the door. But from what you can tell, he's not making an attempt to listen.
So I go like inside and poke him real quick.
Torque, did you hear everything? We're gonna go meet the White Queen.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. I'll go up there at least. Sure.
Okay, cool. I just want to make
good
sure
talk.
we're all on the same page, you know.
All right. So you guys finish your breakfast and then make your way up the hill.
Yeah.
Okay. As the four of you approach, you see.
So we left the kobolds behind.
Yes, unless you want to take them with you.
I'd feel good about just saying goodbye, letting them have their.
we're
Oh
not
no!
leaving. We're not
well, we're not like
leaving.
leaving yet. I guess
Oh.
we could go back. Dana's ready to ditch these
I
guys.
just
He's
think
like,
they need to have their own life. You know.
Their life revolves around us now.
Okay.
we have.
I don't mind them. so-
All right, DM. Here's the only thing. I will leave them as long as they come back at some point and they have like done great things with their
Well, I
life.
can't tell you that.
We're gonna find their corpses.
I was planning on them being our pets forever. I don't know.
Hilda, the kid's mother, if you were to express your concern, she just says, they are safe here. They could be with us.
Yes, they will be better off with you than the harsh world that we travel.
But,
This is fair.
but guys, I really like them. I think they could be really useful.
Perhaps that's why they're better here with Hilda. She could use some help raising the kids, you know?
You know what? We should let the kobolds decide.
Sure.
Ah, Zilbo likes food. Zilbo stay.
I've got food right here. Look.
And I like pull out my ration.
Are you sure you don't want to come with us?
Don't take this the wrong way.
I can't remember this voice.
Zilbo saw a friend die going with you. Maybe Zilbo stay.
You don't want to be great heroes. We could be great heroes out here and help lots of people and do good.
Kobold average lifespan 6. Not great heroes.
Okay, if that's really what you want, I guess you can stay behind and you're gonna take care of these kids, right?
Maybe. They probably take care of us.
Well,
It is time to say goodbye, yes?
I guess so. All right.
Well, what about Snorp?
Snorp died. Snorp was the dead one.
No, that was the girl.
So the girl, I thought the girl made it.
No, Snorp and Zilbo came
Oh,
with
it
us.
was Holgi that died? Okay.
Holgi.
Sorry.
Holgi's
Sorry.
They're
All
just
right, so
they're basically ants.
Snorp,
Like-
Snorp in the back is like, wasn't me. I was
Yeah.
Holgi.
Right. Holgi died. I could not tell the difference between you two sometimes. Snorp, do you want to go?
And Snorp's like, no. No.
All right, now, Snorp not go either.
Okay, well,
It's been real.
I'm not sure what it's been, but it's been real.
Zillow holds out a little dragon hand and offers a handshake, or what he believes to be a handshake.
I would extend
Be-
my hand.
beautiful.
Takes
Beautiful.
little claws and shakes your hand.
This is very cute.
okay. Remember now.
Like I take his hand, like
Remember, your bedtime is 8. You take care of these people. If they need food, you go get it.
Right. Yep, definitely gonna do it.
And brush your teeth.
Nope, I'm not even gonna lie to you about that.
And with that, you guys make your exit and onto the icy road, and the four of you make your way up to the hillside. As you approach, you see that Yah has not gathered any others, and he looks a little frustrated about it. But he perks up as you guys as the four of you approach. And says,
Good, you're here.
oh no! Wait a second.
Okay.
So you did show up.
Hang on, there it is. I'm so glad that you made it. It's time to summon the spirit. Gather round.
Do I just extend out my hands?
No, Jesus. No, just come sit in a circle and I will start the spell. And I just need you to focus and be ready to beseech her as I call her spirit forth from the veil.
Got it.
What do you mean beseech? I've never really done any rituals.
Oh, yeah, well, so spirits will just kind of sit outside the veil, and sometimes they like to come across, and when they haunt, we know that they're doing that, right? So I figure she should be pretty easy. So we just call her here, and then we have to keep her here while we ask 5 questions. I get 5 questions before she'll disappear. For helping me, I will let you have 2 of them, but I need the first 3. Is this fair?
Agreeable to me.
Yes.
All right, then let's begin.
And he pulls out a lute and starts strumming on it. And it's not like really music; it's just kind of random notes. But it is, arguably what a bard does. Yeah. And he starts to chant, and in between he goes,
All right, now get in a circle and hold out your arms and say, Spirit, come to me.
and he
everyone,
starts
all right.
playing.
Together.
All right, on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Spirit, come to me.
You feel a cold rush of air whip by, and the stones around you become covered in a wave of frost, and the clouds roll in. And he says,
It's working. It's working. She's almost here. All right, now for the final blow. I need you all to say one more time, Spirit, come to me.
and also roll a persuasion check.
1,
Persuasion.
2, 3.
Spirit, come to me.
ooh,
Natural 20.
Hey,
mine's only a 4.
Okay, and what was yours?
13.
13? Okay.
I'm pretty proud of that,
you
actually.
feel a presence coming, getting stronger, and then it starts to pull away, and the bard halfling says,
Wait, don't go anywhere. Listen to me, spirits, for it is I, ya boy.
you never asked his full name.
I'm really disappointed.
Yep.
I need to know for my notes. Is it Ya Boy
Like
with
one
an
word.
I?
YABOI.
Yep, that's what I thought.
That's what I expected.
And with that, the wind dies, and there's this heavy, heavy fog laying over the hillside, and frost covering everything. And you hear a voice as part of the fog kind of coalesces into the general shape of a woman. You have voices. You called me. Why? He says,
I have questions for you, as do these people. But I need to know how to save East Haven.
then ask away.
What do you know of the evils that plague East Haven?
Invisible dwarfs walk your streets.
Where do they strike us from?
She kind of like, you see the fog cock its head. Near, over water, far, under mountain. And kind of pulls away. And he says, and his tone kind of changes, and he like stops for me and says,
Where's your husband's treasure?
and she rushes in, and there's this fog like right in his face. And they just stare at each other for a moment. And she says, in the hands of a man-eater. And then pulls away. And he goes,
All right. Those are my 3 as promised. What are your 2 questions? Anyone may ask.
Does Flynn recognize this spirit?
roll history.
Natural 20.
Ooh.
You do not. This
Oh.
is not the spirit that you, this is not the form that you have seen before.
All right. Well, I'm disappointed. Do you guys have any, before I speak up, do you have any questions that you want to ask?
I'm brainstorming, so you can. I don't mind if you.
I know you really sprung this thing on us. Like, here, have a question with a spirit, and it's
know.
like, oh, great, cool.
Gotta make it count.
I know.
I know you only get 2.
I don't wanna ask how we can bring Nurgle back.
Nah.
No. What if the white woman could just like spawn him back? And that would be really interesting since our friend Jonas here has rolled a completely another character and started playing as it.
Actually, Flynn may put together some things here.
Okay.
He does still want a solution for Nurgle. So Flynn's going to look at her and with as much confidence as he can exude, ask her.
We had a tragedy, and I want to know, O spirit of this great land, is there a way to save our friend who has been encapsulated in ice?
Your friend's spirit walks between realms, between times, between space. You cannot save him, for he does not need saving at the moment. My power cannot reach him, nor can my eyes.
Whoa.
Between time and space.
A little over my head, personally.
Okay. Thank you. Guys, anything else?
I do have a question, but if you have a
Oh,
way you'd like to
by
ask.
all means, go ahead.
Sure. Is there any person in East Haven who would present themselves as a friend, but as someone who we should not trust?
There are many such people, but beware the white wizard. And with that, the fog begins to dissipate. And Yaboy, strumming on his lute, says,
I believe that we are done with you, spirit. You may go.
And with that, there's a crack, poof of thunder. And the center of the circle tears a rift for just the briefest of moment. There's a flash of light, and a figure falls from it and hits the ground in front of you. You recognize in the darkness the form of Ray.
What the heck? Okay, wait. So it went boom, and then drop, and then Ray?
Yep.
Is Ray the white woman?
Do with that information what you will.
I will ask her.
But yeah, she is gone.
Oh, she's gone now?
Ya screams and falls back, and he's just like,
Not what I expected. Never happened before. Oh God, what do I do? What do I do? What do you guys think we should do? What is that?
Is that Ray?
It did look like her, yes.
Ray just came crashing into the middle of a seance after she's been missing for a little over a day.
Ray, what the hell? Are you a white woman?
No, I'm Lavender.
So like Ray's completely fine, like standing up, like
I'm
no
on the ground,
injuries.
like crashed onto the ground.
Yeah.
It wasn't a graceful landing by any means.
Where did you come from?
Where did you go?
I don't know.
Do you remember being whisked away when from the cave?
I do recall that, yes.
Well, hang on. Are you okay? Can you feel your legs and everything?
Yes, I can feel everything.
Hang on. I'm gonna
Flynn.
check you. And
Flynn gets like uncomfortably close and like pats your face,
I
make sure.
start pushing you away. No, I'm perfectly fine.
do you need water? I've got some right here. In a canister.
I'm good, thank you.
As you guys as you're patting Ray down, Torek steps forward and offers you the hilt of a blade. And says, I grabbed your sword when it fell.
Oh, thank you.
You take it and you go to sheath it and realize that your sword is still in its scabbard.
Oh.
Well, do you want it?
I mean, I'll take it. You know how I love weapons.
Yeah. So I hand it back to him.
He takes it
I
and
don't
going with him.
really have a need for a second blade.
Tucks it into a belt.
Did you acquire a second one?
I don't think so.
What happened? Torque said you were there for a moment and then you disappeared.
I was in the cave and then I wasn't, and well, now I'm here.
Well, that's only point A to point Z. What happened in the rest?
Listen, I'm sure you're all lovely people, but that's my story.
It's quite the assumption.
I've only known you for a day. I'm not about to go spilling my life secrets to you.
I'll tell you anything you want to know.
I'm
I'm from
sure you will.
Sakomba.
No,
I
that's
was
fine,
the leader of the Wily
but-
Willow Gang, and
Flynn,
I just want to know.
I know. Give her
people-
space.
Flynn actually
That-
has like 1,000 deep dark secrets that he would totally tell you, but he gets cut off every time.
Like he's got stuff he really
I killed
should
my
share.
mother.
He actually has no secrets.
Well, I am glad to see you are well.
It is nice to be back here, I suppose. What's going on?
We summoned white woman, which is why I asked, are you white woman? I do see your color, I understand. But,
Flynn is officially colorblind. I'm making that canon.
we summoned white woman, and all of a sudden she leave, and you pop out. It was very odd.
Yes, I don't really know why that would be either, quite
Yes.
honestly.
Oh, I do have good news for you.
Yes?
We saved the children.
Oh, that is wonderful to hear.
They are back with their mother. They have no kobold pets. It is good time.
Couldn't save the wolves though. did everything we could. They're long gone.
You know, that is perfectly fine with me. Yes, that is perfectly fine.
You might have called it a dire situation.
Did any of you manage to grab my net?
I did not see any net.
Okay.
We didn't quite go that way back. So, no. I'm sorry.
There was net.
Well, do you have a second one of those?
Did it magically
I do
appear
have
on you?
no, I already had a second one. I just didn't want to have to go buy a new one unless I needed it.
Ah.
I'll just put that on my little
We
shopping
will
list.
we will buy one for you if you desire.
No, it's fine. You know, it's just
we
an
we have
expense.
company pots, you know.
Oh, I see.
Anyway.
Can I make a perception to? Actually, no. Actually, I want to do detect magic,
Okay.
which I can do with my Eldritch Invocations. So I'm just going to use it at will, and since the presence of magic within 30 feet of me. So yeah, I'm doing that.
Okay. As you finish your invocation, you see the kind of glow from your new boots, and Yaz, his instrument lights up, and there's this faint aura that just emanates from the entire hillside.
In the entire year's life, but nothing where Ray's showed up. Nothing on her.
No.
All right.
I just don't understand. So why do you think this is weird? I think
Right.
this is weird.
May I
It's
ask,
very weird. I don't understand.
what is the last thing you remember?
I remember standing guard and listening and waiting while you all rested, and then I was gone.
Well, I'm satisfied. You want to come on an adventure?
Sure. What kind of an adventure?
We're going east.
East.
This halfling, his name is Ya. I suggest we just keep it at Ya.
No, it's ya boy.
Yes. He has a proposition for us, yes?
Ya leans out from behind one of the stones. Says,
Yes, actually, yes. I need help apparently dealing with invisible dwarves.
What have you all gotten yourselves into?
Listen, we just
This is
saved
a very
kids.
recent-
This guy just ran along. You are actually just caught up.
Huh. Well, sure, I suppose.
Thank goodness. I can't offer a reward because it will not be me. We'll have to introduce you to the right people when we get there. But if you want to travel, we can go ahead and set out.
Let's giddy up, yes?
If I don't say so myself. Giddy up.
All right then, homeward bound.
and he immediately starts down the hill, trotting off.
Torek, let's go. Let's go on an adventure.
Torek kind of like looks at you, but doesn't say anything, and then kind of trails along for as you guys make your way down the hill. Roll each of you perception.
5.
10.
23.
Also 23.
Nice.
Hey.
Okay, so
Yeah.
Soren, what was yours?
10.
10. Okay, so the two of you, as you're making your way down the hill, you do see a caravan of dog sleds moving out of town. You recognize it as Torga's company.
Yes.
Although Ray, I believe you do not have experience with them yet,
No, I don't think so.
so do not recognize them. But you do see the caravan moving along. You guys make your way back into town through the quiet, forlorn houses of Dugan's Hole. And as you pass by Hilda's house, Torek stops and just kind of stands there staring at the house.
It's gonna be so great. I can't wait to see a new place. You know, like I love visiting all these places, even though they're really depressing. But you know, it's good, right, Torek? Aren't you having a good time?
Yeah. About that. I don't think I'm coming with you this time.
What do you mean?
So you guys have been good to me. I came here looking for something, but I didn't know what I was looking for. Maybe this is it. Maybe this is what I was supposed to find.
What do you mean?
I've never encountered another paladin so young. She's going to need help. You guys go on ahead. Maybe I'll catch up at some point.
You speak of Hilda's daughter.
Yeah, Silja.
I didn't even know she had powers.
You missed her glowing hands all the way home?
What? She has glowing hands?
Okay, Flynn. Calm down.
Perception
really-
rolls real low.
That's a really cool trick.
Yes, she is blessed.
Well, she healed one of us.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
real low.
yeah.
Perception's
Real
real
low.
low. Yes.
I never had anyone to teach me. It was hard, and I created a lot of problems. So I don't want her to face the same things. I think I'm going to stay here.
Torek, you will make great teacher. I do think so.
Chuckles and goes, that makes one of us. But thank you. Maybe one day we'll meet again.
Tears are like starting to form, and Flynn's like, "What?
Why is everyone leaving?
We just got new person, Flynn. Along the path, sometimes people must divulge, yes?
I'm sure we'll make our way back to Dugan's Hole.
Are you going to stay here, like in Dugan,
That's the plan.
in the hole?
Probably not, Flynn. Just in town.
Well, if that's what you think is best, it's fine. I'm fine. Everything's fine.
and he just like starts walking on.
Tor kind of just nods at the rest of you, and then makes his way towards the house.
Take care, friend.
Yes. Nods.
I imagine
And
he
closes
just
the
ran
door behind him.
someday.
The rest of you, leading the way very merrily, jaunting along. You make your way back down the frozen, silent road of.
As we're leaving, I just kind of look towards the house and look at the kids and the family, and just kind of note that they're all doing okay before turning and walking away.
Yeah. Okay.
They're also pretty loaded now, so.
Yeah.
And they have like a fresh bodyguard / teacher that
Yeah.
we're just leaving behind with all of his weapons. It's fine.
Yeah.
Well, now he's got an extra longsword so she can learn to
Oh,
There
yeah.
you go.
Mm-hmm.
Do the slashy slash.
the slashy slash.
Swish, stab. You guys make your way back down the road towards Goodmead. That welcoming warmth of a more populated town and the buzzing of thousands of bees. Whether or not that is comforting or not to you is up to you.
Bees?
I love the sound of bees in the morning.
Ya gets particularly excited as you guys make your way through. He goes, I actually stopped here for a couple of days. I really should have been back sooner, but mead. It's hard.
You know, we helped
pass
get their mead back.
Really?
They ran out. Good mead ran out of mead. Who go figure?
That is horrifying. That's honestly the darkest thing I've heard in quite some time, and I've got invisible dwarfs, apparently. So horrible.
Do
I'm
you?
so sorry.
Speaking of those, I've never really heard of invisible dwarves. We should probably talk about that, right?
Yes. Seems like a difficult problem to solve.
Roll persuasion. Either both of you or with advantage, one of you.
Who do you
You should probably do it. Okay. I'll do it.
I can't.
My
Let's do it.
stats are garbage.
23.
23. All right. That looks,
Yeah. Yeah, it's a problem that we've had before. I think she's referring to Dwergar. They are, well, they're like dwarves, but they're from the Underdark. And, we used to have problems with them every once in a while during the winter because it was dark all the time and they didn't have to worry about sunlight. And, well, as you can see,
No sunlight.
it's a bit more of a problem. So, we expected it could happen eventually. But such as it is,
So what are they doing to your town exactly?
well, people are turning up dead. I think it's them. We see the footsteps in the snow, and usually it ends up with somebody dying in an alley. It's been a rough time in an already rough town, you know? We're one of the biggest, so we, especially with our town history, we're used to crime, but not like this. Not like this. And we don't know why they're there. It doesn't make sense, so we need to find something out.
Well, we're gonna help you. We're gonna solve this problem like every other riddle we've come across because we're experienced heroes.
Of great renown.
roll deception.
That is a 16.
Okay.
But here's the thing: does it count since Flynn is lying
Truly
to
believes it,
himself?
yeah.
Yeah.
Roll
Since
insight
he's
on yourself. No.
delusional, yeah.
No.
Yes, it would seem so. I admit I have heard of a group like yours, actually. We're just getting around, so I believe it.
Guys, we're making a name for ourselves. Isn't that great? What could possibly go wrong?
It is something, but we should not say such things. Yes.
Could be a double-sided blade.
We have had things go wrong before.
Oh, like a slippery avalanche. I got you.
Yep. That's it.
Yep.
Yeah, that's it. That's the phrase. That's the saying.
You guys,
Oh, Flynn.
oh, Flynn. You guys make your way through Goodmead. Kind of see the same people bustling about. It's a smaller town. It's not as small as Dugan's-Hole, but still small. The evergreen forest stretching out to your left, to the north, as you make your way through, and back onto the east way. It takes you about 6 or 7 hours as you make your way down the road, but it's a well-traveled road, so you don't have any issues keeping track of it. And the road starts to slope upwards a little bit, and you see East Haven on the horizon, a sprawling city, even larger than Bryn Shander, although different, no walls, more spread out, but you do it is quite large. Roll history for me, Zoria.
Okay. Yeah, she knows nothing.
Okay.
It's literally a 0.
Okay. Yep. You've never been
Our
to.
tour guide has a -2.
Hey, I'm as wise as they come, but
You've never made your way to East Haven. You spend most of your time traveling between the Spine of the World and Bryn Shander.
I like more danger than East Haven provides. Yes.
Yeah, kind of looks back and goes,
Well, that's an interesting take. There are many. We actually have not outlawed pickpocketing, so just keep an eye on your things, all of them.
Well, how else are rogues supposed to make money? Yes.
Well, yeah, that's kind of the idea. So, yeah, we don't outlaw it. You can just do it. So just be aware of that.
What's the point of picking pockets? Like,
Flynn-
they're both fine.
Flynn, will you give me your money, please? for
what?
safekeeping.
Oh, okay, here. I take my bag and
This is problem, but I keep it for you.
If it's too much, I could also hold some of it.
Well,
Gold gets heavy,
I think I can manage, but thank you.
of course.
I actually tie all my gold in front of me and make
Like
sure
the
that
tourist
my,
fanny
yeah,
pack.
the tourist fanny pack, and make sure that my stick is ready for wamping.
Do you hang your ID from a chain around your neck?
Yep,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Cool.
My name is.
Yeah.
But I like put it under my deerskin flap over here, so it's
Okay.
hidden, but it's also in front of me.
Yeah.
So I have to see anybody who comes to
Clever
me.
girl.
I just thought I'd specify that since I feel like you got something tricky over your sleeve since you mentioned it.
As you make your way into the town, you roll. Whoever's leading, roll perception.
Well, I think your boy would be leading.
Whoever's behind you, boy.
Damn.
My luck has run out, my friends.
Burn it.
It's 6.
All right. You don't notice anything out of place on the outskirts of town.
Yeah, everything's fine.
But as your group starts to be led through the streets, you notice, all of you notice that people are like exiting their homes and going kind of in a general northeastward direction. But like in large groups are making their way northeast.
Are we also heading in that direction?
Generally, not necessarily exactly the way they were. But yeah, kind of like looks around and says, "Oh, all right, and wonder what's going on now."
I was getting ready to ask you. Is this
Is-
normal?
Usually it means an execution. So, you know, I'm gonna go see. You want to come with me?
We have nothing to do here except for follow
Yeah, I mean,
you.
I was saying, like, I could leave you at the end and then come back, but I should probably go and see what's going
Yes.
on.
We will.
I'd like to see you as well.
I will come with.
So you follow the groups of people as they're making their way down the road, kind of more and more piling in until about 10 minutes later you find yourself in a square, and at the front as you're peering over people, you see a great wooden pyre assembled and a man strapped to it in heavy chains. And next to him is a half elf in dark armor and leather straps, standing there with a sword. She has her hair pulled back into a ponytail and the sides shaved, and she's got very like fierce, sharp angles to her face, a very sharp nose, and her eyes are like perpetually glaring. As she's standing next to them, like kind of watching people assemble.
That RGF, resting glare face.
Resting clear face.
Yeah, are they going to burn him?
Yeah, he was kind of like jumping to see over other people, given that he's 3 feet tall.
Yeah, that's looks like what they're going to do. It must be that wizard. If you remember, I said we had a wizard problem. Looks like maybe it was solved.
He's kind of peering.
What is he wearing?
He is roll perception.
Which
See how much
that's
you
the
see.
player meant to say, but said in Zori's voice.
Wow.
7. All right, we're done.
Okay.
So,
This
one
is
and then a
the
two.
this is the death box.
What-
I'm rolling in the death box today.
There's
Can you
another
use
one right
that
there.
one? Yeah.
I think, yeah, I guess I need to. This one likes to cock things, so. Anyway.
What you can see are dark red robes. You can't make out much else from here, but you do see the dark red robes and a frantic look on his pale face as his eyes are darting around.
Obviously.
Could I roll to see if there's like any symbols on his robes or anything that would identify him being
Yes, you
belonging
may.
to some group or something?
Roll perception and history
Okay.
in that order.
That is is a 22 on perception
Nice.
and a 10 on history.
Okay. You see on the kind of side chest piece of his robe, you see what looks like a sort of like almost like a jewel, right? Like a long, sharp point at the top, and then a more blunted at the bottom, with a shape on it, two curving shapes that you would most associate with appearing like the crest of a dragon's head or wishbones. Either one, it's that general shape.
Okay.
But you do not recognize where the symbol is from, but you do see it.
Okay.
As you're standing there, the half elf starts to speak, and she says, "Dazan, it is with great sorrow that I have to do this, but you have betrayed and harmed the people of East Haven and the people of Icewind Dale. And for that there cannot be forgiveness. For your crimes, you must burn." And a knight walks up behind her, a guard in armor, hands her a torch. And she says, "Do you have any final words before your death?" And he looks around and he says, "I know you're out there. Please, whatever's happened in the past, please help me now." And she kind of shakes her head. And
I turn to your boy,
mhm.
and I'm really like shocked by this, and I say,
Well, burn him at the stake. That's not even a thing that happens down south that I know of. Is this really the only way?
He kind of looks forlorn. He says, "Perhaps it's not the only way, but it is what we have always done, and sometimes it is what we feel is right."
Do you know him? Like, is he truly guilty?
Yes. I was good friends with one of the people he killed. Yeah, he hired some of East Haven's men and women to help him find something, and when he did, he killed them. So, we've been hunting for him for about 2 months now. And he looks back, and the wizard looks around, and his eyes wide. He says, "Please, come on, please help!" And she drops the torch, and when he screams, and you just watch the pyre go up in flames. As you guys see the execution pyre shoot up in flame, and the man starts screaming and writhing on his stake. Some people clap, some cheer, some stay silent. Ray, with your perception roll that you had, you notice in front of you a feminine figure hooded with a raven sitting on her shoulder, and familiar, maybe not personally familiar, but noticeably, horns poking out from underneath the hood. Just standing silently watching. You see at the cuff of her arm, where one is hanging by her side, the same symbol that was on the burning man's robes.
I'm just going to kind of move next to her quietly and whisper to her, "Did you know this man?"
She kind of glances at you, and you see an albino tiefling. Pale gray, off-white skin, her red eyes, and the raven peers at you as well. And she kind of just kind of like looks over you for a moment before she says, "Yes, I knew Dazan. I knew him very well. That is why I am here. With men like him, you must make sure that they are truly dead.
see.
And she kind of like nods at you and then goes back to watching, very intently watching the burning body.
How's the body looking?
Toasty.
Is there still screaming?
No, the screaming has stopped. But the roll perception.
A 5. I'm short. I
Yeah.
cannot see much. I only hear
yeah.
things.
Yeah, you do see like charring of the body and the red and black mass that is left, but the screaming has stopped, and from what you can tell, they appear to be entirely dead.
This is not how Succumba handles their prisoners.
Well, there are quite dangerous people. Yes, that must be dealt with.
Was there at least a trial?
The hooded figure kind of like glances now that she's had her attention drawn to your group, kind of glances back at you and says, "Sometimes there does not need to be a trial, especially when people are known to be what you would call evil." And then she goes back to watching. Notably, the raven keeps its eyes on you.
I agree. It's a bit barbaric, but I think the point is to send a message to those who would do the same.
We do not have to stay here. I believe we can be done. Yes, yeah, boy.
Yeah, well, kind of. That's what you need to talk to. And he kind of like gestures at the half-elf, who is standing next to the pyre. When he does, all four of you roll perception.
Then we cry.
16.
7.
9.
4.
This dice is done for today.
Yep.
7 was
7?
mine.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not gonna keep
Yeah.
pretending
I
that.
was wondering, it's like, is it cocked? Like, okay. So as he does, Ray, you look up and see that she's looking back at you guys, with that fierce glare. And as you look back to say something to your group, you realize the hooded woman next to you guys is gone. She has disappeared, perhaps into the crowd, perhaps elsewhere.
Where did she go? The one with the raven. She was just here.
As you guys are, you stand there and Ya says, let's just wait until she's done. She will meet with us, and over the next 10 minutes or so, the people kind of peter out and go back to their business or their homes. And the half-elf steps down from the showing area and makes her way towards you, and says, "Yeah, boy, I see you brought help. That's good. Glad you did something right for once." And he says, "Yes, ma'am, I did. It was great. They are the greatest heroes in all of Icewind Dale." She says, "I'm sure they are. I'm sure they are." She looks at the rest of you and she goes, "All right, come on. Come on, let's go."
She's the one that had the torch and like actually lit this man on fire like 2 minutes ago, right?
Well, 12, but yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, Flynn is very like off-put by her presence. He doesn't want to like make eye contact with her.
Okay.
Could not imagine why.
She, if you follow her, she leads you to a taller building behind the showing area, which you pretty quickly recognize as a kind of administrative building. She leads you through a set of winding halls to a small office, and sits down behind a desk and says, "There's only 2 chairs, but, make yourselves comfortable."
Don't mind if I do. I take a seat.
Yeah.
He takes both seats.
Props his feet up.
True rogue fashion.
Yeah. Says, I'm sorry that you had to see that. Dark days have come to East Haven, as well as the rest
Yes.
of Icewind Dale, I guess.
It was quite the welcome, if you can imagine.
It didn't seem so hard for you.
No, I have to make a lot of hard decisions. After a while, they all just kind of blend together. And, honestly, that one wasn't all that hard.
And, who are you?
Arlagath. Imdra Arlagath, if you must know. I'm the captain of the militia here. And probably the only one who gives a shit.
Well, pleasure
At least it
to
was a
meet you.
warm welcome. I couldn't help it.
Flynn vomits.
Yeah.
Good.
She says, if your boy brought you, it means you are,
No, he did.
Yeah, point to your boy.
Yes, I get that a lot. Yeah, boy, I need you to change your name. What's wrong with my name? Nothing. Just, just go away. Just please. He goes, all right, I'll be at the tavern. Yeah, I know. And he walks off. So, how much did he tell you?
Not too terribly much. Just that you need help with invisible dwarfs. He was not very clear.
Well, I'm glad he got that question answered. Yeah, that's one of the things I asked for him to find out. If it was truly Dwargar. So, that sucks. But, alright, yes. Yes, that is one problem. I also have another more pressing one, though, if you will.
Yes, of course.
Some of my people have gone missing. I've lost 7 fishermen in the last week, all in the same area. So I was hoping that whoever your boy brought back, that you might be willing to help me find them before we deal with the dwarf problem.
Of course. Yes.
Great. They all went missing on the lake to the south of here. They have a particular fishing spot that they like. If you will, I will have the town lend you a boat or two to take out onto the lake and see if you can find out what happened to them.
Do you have any idea what might be going on?
There are many dangerous things out here. Perhaps a storm. Maybe they just got lost. I don't know, but I have a bad feeling about it. There's been a lot of magic thrown around town, and that tends to have a bad effect on people.
Well, I might not agree with your practices, but by God, we'll help you.
Oh, thank you, Flynn, for speaking for us. But yes, I agree.
Yeah, it was too long of a journey not to help, honestly.
If it
Just being inconvenient at this point.
Yes.
The whole narrative.
Not really much to do.
if anyone but the small one needs convincing, I will pay 600 gold if you can bring them back alive or dead.
I'm convinced.
You've twisted my wrist.
Yes, I think that is. Now, is that each or?
No, God, no.
Hey, sometimes you just gotta
It
ask.
is important question.
That's fair. That's fair, I guess. You would get along with your boy very well.
I don't think so.
Something tells me.
In the short amount of time I've spent with him, I don't think so.
Sure.
It's all right. Well, make your way southward, and I'll make sure there's boats waiting for you. I'll send your boy ahead. he'll get word to them.
Oh, well, real quick, before I go, your boy was mentioning that you guys have an extensive library, maybe, in this town.
Just kind of nods this. Yeah, that'd be at the speakers hall, a little further east from here. Big building, you can't miss it. But yeah, they have a library if you need it.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. If there's nothing else, I have more work to do. Always.
We'll leave you to it.
Thank you.
Yes.
Did you have another question?
No.
Okay, cool. She looks pensively. No.
Well, I was thinking about asking something, but I don't know that it's terribly important, and I don't know that Vakia would. I mean, Zoria would. Vakia wouldn't ask anything here.
She does not exist.
I don't know that Zoria would. It was a question that Beth, the player, wanted answered, but. Yep, I was playing that all out in my head, so there you go.
Alright,
okay.
Have fun cutting this out.
So you make your way back outside the building. Roll another perception check, each of you.
An 11.
Also 11.
14.
We're
Together.
getting better.
Together, we might do better.
Yes.
4.
Aww.
All right, so who had the
Wow.
11?
I did.
Both of us.
Okay.
Yeah, we both
Good.
did.
My second 4 in a row.
So Flynn is oblivious walking out.
That fits.
You
Yeah.
didn't notice them before because you didn't know what to expect, but you do notice an absence as you're walking out. The two of you, just something seems a little bit different as you're looking at the surrounding buildings. Soren, you could have sworn that there were 2 gargoyles attached to the building before that you don't see now.
Neither of them.
Neither of them.
Man, we're playing Gargoyle Land. All right.
I mentioned this to the group.
What? There wasn't gargoyles there.
I could have sworn, you know.
I'll keep an eye out.
Yeah. Perhaps the events of the day have gone to me, but you know, let's just be a little wary.
Notably,
Of what stone?
Have
Wouldn't
you
be the
ever
first time we
been?
killed anyone.
Have you ever been hit by stone?
Well, yeah.
It is heavy. If gargoyle fell on you, you would be in trouble. Yes.
Actually, that was one of Folger and I's favorite games. Is who could throw the stone at each other the furthest. It was
Oh
great.
wow.
So how far did you throw it?
Oh, about 20 feet or so.
20 feet.
Smacked him right in the forehead.
More than I
He
expected.
didn't get up for 2 days. It was great.
I didn't take you to be such a recklessly violent person, Flynn.
Yeah, me back in my younger years couldn't keep me down.
Yeah. In your younger years.
See, that's why you've got your. What did you call it?
Oh, this is my Yikawa.
Yeah, the Yikawa.
Yikawa.
That's what did I say?
It's your pickup stick.
It's like tickle. Ticklewa. But yickle.
Yikawa.
It does a little bit more than just a tickle, though. I'll hear you say that.
Well, be prepared to throw it at any gargoyles should they appear.
Okay, I'll get it ready. Bring it on, Stone.
That was a cute aside. It was very cute.
Now do a weird George Lucas cut where it goes whoop.
At this point, it's probably about 2 in the afternoon, 2, 3 in the afternoon.
It is.
Yeah.
Convenient.
Yeah. It's you still have the afternoon ahead of you. You could go straight to the boats, or you could make use of the large town around you. What would you like to do?
I want to grab one quick drink, real quick.
I was about to say I need drink.
Okay.
I still feel queasy from the hangover earlier, so I'm gonna
Oh,
go
that's
to
right.
the library.
Okay.
I would like to join you after I get a drink.
Yes,
real
the
quick.
best way to deal with a hangover, books.
Go read.
Read it off. It's fine.
Yeah.
Wow, the words are shifting.
Oh, Soren, you want to go with me?
I'd like to actually. you know.
Okay, well let's go to a quick pub.
Yeah.
Pop into the pub, as they say.
Into the pub.
You don't want to get a drink, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, well, I can wait.
Sure. Well, it'll only be a moment.
We'll pour one out for Nurgle.
Yes. Another one.
At every stop we must.
Every stop. I promised him. Promised him. And then he got sad. All right, moving on.
All right, so you guys make your way, kind of ask around, and it doesn't take you long to find the most popular pub in town. There are others if you wanted something a little more divey, but the Wet Trout on the coast of the lake is definitely the most popular by far.
Whichever one's closest.
Yeah.
But that one works too.
That sounds great. Yeah.
Yeah. So you make your way into the Wet Trout. It's lively. It's two large rooms. One of them looks much older than the other, and as if one was built onto it at a later point in time. You walk in, you see fishermen and fisherwomen, various beings of various vocations sitting around drinking and having a good time. This is a very popular pub, and a dragonborn woman standing behind the bar pouring drinks. So if you want, you grab your drinks. It'll cost you your ale. Unless you want something special, will cost you 2 copper apiece.
Zoria, may I have my money back?
Yes. Here you go.
Ray is actually going to have 2 ales.
2 ales. Okay.
Why have one when you could?
You could have 2.
Yep.
Okay.
And you notice her paying for the ales and looking a little bit shaken. And she drinks them pretty quickly.
Okay.
I obliviously grab an ale for myself.
Okay.
You said they're how much?
2 copper apiece.
Okay.
What drinks are served in a glass here?
All of them?
What?
As opposed to like a tankard.
I see.
Okay. So I'm thinking like
You could
ale is
ask.
a tankard.
You could ask for a glass if you wanted.
Okay.
You could get your ale in a glass.
Okay, I would like to do that.
Okay.
And I'd like to offer to buy the glass as well and keep it with me.
Okay. The dragonborn kind of like raises a scaly brow at you.
It's not weird at all.
Yeah.
Just a memento for this fine
For
inn.
this occasion.
Yeah, sure, I guess. 3 more copper.
Sure, here you are.
Takes some money. Kind of like you hear her as she turns away.
Most people just steal it, but okay.
I'm an honest man.
The most honest rogue I've ever known.
You've ever seen, yeah.
And then
mhm.
after drinking it, I would go into the restroom with it,
Mhm.
and I would smash it and put the broken glass in my gold sack
Okay.
to deter pickpockets.
Okay. Yeah. No, I dig it. Yeah.
He's literally set a trap for pickpockets.
What is this? I've never heard
That's
this
so
before.
funny.
That is sick.
Then
I love
come
it.
back.
Yep. All right. Hell yeah. Okay, so you do that, and then make your way back out. Unless anyone has anything else they need to do here, can make your way to the library. Does everyone want to go, or the 2 of you?
I
hanging
am
out?
going to hang out in pub
Yeah.
Okay.
and see if I can get in bar fight or maybe arm wrestle.
Ray will also hang out at the pub.
Do you want to look for a bar fight?
No, I don't.
Okay.
Because I can give you a bar fight.
You can do a bar fight. I'm always
You know,
here
we
for
can do
bar
a bar
fights.
fight.
Look for you.
You want to do a bar
Yeah, bar
fight? I
fight.
mean, maybe. I don't know. I would like to converse. Like, I'm gonna like, I don't know. I'm feeling a little mingly. Sorry, I feels a little mingly today.
That's fair.
She wants people to approach her and ask her about her tales of battle.
So did you see that guy burn earlier? That's crazy.
Man, dude, remember
Wow.
that? That's wild.
What a hot take.
Okay. All right. We'll come back to the 2 of you.
It's like, I gotta figure this stuff
He's
out.
like, I'll figure something out in a minute.
You 2 make your way to town hall, the speakers hall. As you enter, you note there are no guards just anywhere around the area as you're going in. And the front chamber is decorated with oil paintings, kind of depicting life in East Haven. There's a large painting of the town itself on the northmost wall. Mounted on the south wall is a 5-foot-long stuffed knucklehead trout, much like the one you'd seen inside the bar in Bryn Shander, but much larger, with a wooden plaque on it beneath it. And then there's a door on the other side of the hallway. If you make your way through, there's an administrative office with a secretary sitting behind a desk. He kind of looks up as you enter. It's a half orc. And looks at me and says, "Oh yeah, what do you want? You here to see the speaker?"
No, I've come for books.
"Oh, you're one of those. All right, that's fine. Right door." He points to a door to his left behind him.
So Soren, what are you going to explore and read? Are you going to read about fantasies and dragons and some of my favorite books are the Hearty Boys? They're awesome.
Well, I'm not sure. I just think it's been too long since I've made time for reading, and I think it'd be quite relaxing in a land like this.
It's one of my favorite pastimes, and I think I really need it after that whole shocking thing when we first came into town.
Yeah, could be good to get our minds off something like that.
Yeah. Well, if you need me, I'll be over in this section.
Sure, I'm just gonna take a look around.
So as you guys make your way through the door, before you enter the library, there's another hall. And as you enter, the first thing you see on the left, there's some display cases with daggers and shields and a giant dark metal figurehead like you would see on the front of a ship, looming over everything else in the room. And lashed to it is a scrawny woman in a white dress with her dark hair draped down over her face. There's water dripping off of her onto the floor, and she is crying.
Hey, hi, are you? And like timidly approaches her. Are you okay?
She does not. How close do you get?
How long is the hallway?
You're about 25 feet away from her.
I get within 20 feet.
Okay. You step closer and beseech her, and she doesn't respond. Soren, roll me a history check real quick.
All right. 19.
19? Okay. You recognize the figurehead as depicting a old ancient demon by the name of Air 2.
Soren, do you think is she okay? She's not responding.
I'm not sure. I think we should be careful. That figurehead, it's of a demon.
What kind of demon?
Its name's Air 2.
Mm-hmm.
That's worse than Air 1.
Twice as bad.
Can I roll history for if I recognize Air 2 as a demon and what I know about him? Him, her, it. 17.
Okay. Yeah, you've read tales of Air 2 before in your studies. Air 2 was a demon that terrorized the Icewind Dale, destroying most of the early settlements, and then one day vanishing, and was never seen again. Was not slain, notably. Just vanished.
How long ago do we know?
You don't know for sure.
Okay.
But you do know that it was the books that you have read about him, very, very old.
I'm gonna try something.
Okay, just be careful.
How old does this girl look?
Roll perception.
Fuck. That's a 1.
Young. She looks young.
She's probably old. I take out a ball bearing and I say,
if you can hear me, I'm gonna roll this to you, and I'm just doing this. Roll it back, okay? I just want to make sure you're okay.
And I roll the ball bearing towards her.
Okay. The ball bearing rolls and kind of stops at her feet. And the crying stops for just a moment, and a voice comes up. Please untie me. Please, I need help.
We've got to help her.
Wait,
And I start
does she
dashing.
appear bound?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I didn't realize. I forgot she was bound.
Yeah, she's lashed to the figurehead.
Okay.
Oh, right.
Soren, come on.
I start like running. I start like going that way immediately.
Okay.
Be cautious. But I join him as well.
Flynn doesn't hear.
Okay. So Flynn, you get there first. As you get close, the face whips up at you, and you recognize the same face that you saw on the hillside that morning. And she smiles, and you see fangs and blood dripping from her mouth. And she says, "Fool, come to me," and then vanishes. And I need you to roll a wisdom save. All right, and Flynn, I'm sorry, I misspoke. I need you to use the same dice roll, but charisma save, not wisdom.
Oh, that's a little better. That's a 9.
Okay. Still not good enough.
Could be.
Flynn, this woman looks at you, and then everything goes black.
Oh, but I have dark vision.
Soren, you see this woman disappear, and then Flynn goes rigid, and then like looks at you, and starts walking out of the building.
I go to grab him.
Okay. I need you to roll both of you to roll a athletics check.
Oh,
I guess I could just bring up your stats.
18.
Mine's a 16. We both rolled 17, so it just
Okay.
depended upon how
And Soren, you said yours was 18?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So you do manage to hold him back as Flynn is trying to make his way out of the building. Flynn, you start to regain some form of consciousness, but you have to get down to the lake and you have to get out there now. And why is your friend trying to stop you?
Wait, let me go.
Flynn, what are you doing?
Let me go. I need to get to the lake.
What are you? I'm gonna slap him.
Okay.
Not gingerly.
Like not gingerly, like you're trying to deal damage, not gingerly, or
Just snap him out of it.
okay.
And just being weird.
He's being weird.
Just roll a d20.
Yeah.
Just
Flynn,
giving
forgive me
You
for this.
actually.
That's cocked.
It's kind of
Yeah.
I guess. Forgive me for this.
That's also kind of cocked.
Okay.
Oh my god. What?
I'm
How
new-
is that even happening?
I'm new to this. And don't add anything to it.
Correct.
A 9.
9.
Sort of gingerly.
You smack him, and there's like a flash of white across his eyes, but no visible change.
Flynn, you don't have to go to the lake.
Do I feel aggression?
Yes. The longer you were being held back, the more angry you were getting.
Let me go. Step back.
What? Why do you have to go to the lake?
And like, do I feel aggression to the point where I want to cause harm?
You need to get to the lake now.
I take my Yikawa
Oh my
and
god.
start to swing.
Alright, I guess I'll try to duck.
Okay. Roll your attack.
All right.
14 AC.
Okay.
Oops. Yeah, that's actually this is
Oh,
the first time that
You
I've
are
used
still
it.
technically restrained too, so roll with disadvantage.
Okay. Well, I don't think that's gonna matter much because that was a 3 before.
Oof.
I guess it did matter. So that is Gonna be that's only a 7 to hit.
Okay. So, Soren, you see him reach for his Yikawa across his back and tries to get out and swing at you, but you manage to kind of pull back out of the way. Whether or not, you still have a hold of him, but he is attacking you.
Flynn, what are you doing? It's me, it's Soren. Your friend.
You're in my way.
Alright. I'm gonna try to tackle him to the ground.
Okay, roll an attack.
Add anything to it?
Strength.
5.
5. You try to budge him, and this halfling is weirdly strong all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Like you're trying to push him over, and there's some force keeping him there. Some new spirit.
Well, at least no one saw that.
You guys could have just been hanging out, reading some books,
That was my goal.
I know.
And then, anyway, so I am possessed, and I am dodging and making my way towards the door to try and get out.
Okay. You're still being grappled, so you'll have to break free first. You can either roll Dex or Strength.
Okay, I'm gonna roll Dex. That's a natural 20.
Okay. Soren, you can try to. You go ahead and try. No. Okay. You do break away from him and make a beeline for the door.
Stop, thief!
Nobody responds. The orc kind of looks up from the desk and goes, huh. And goes back to doing it.
I'll have your job.
Can I ask my mental state in this? Like, I understand the desire to get to the lake.
Yes.
Is there
So
anything
you are,
else?
For all intents and purposes, you are possessed.
Yeah.
There is something driving you towards this lake.
But that's all I know is what's driving me.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah. There's something out there that you need to get to.
Okay.
All right.
Wouldn't happen to be another voice in my head, would there?
Not that you can tell. It seems to be your own internal dialogue
Okay.
from the best of your knowledge.
Okay.
So you start running towards it. Soren?
I'm gonna give chase.
Okay. As the two of you are running through the town, both of you roll athletics.
Man, I'm really doing some great stuff today. That's a 1. Dirty 1.
Okay.
Dirty
All right.
Dirty 1.
The slowest chase scene you've ever seen.
I'm actually just hobbling on my Nicola.
You're both moving.
Power walking.
Yeah.
That was both movie. That was the dumbest car chase I've ever been a
Yeah,
part
exactly.
of.
You guys are making your way through town slower than you're used to running, but Soren, you are gaining on him. Only a few feet behind when you see to your left the wet trout, where you had left your friends previously.
I'm going to. I'm just gonna yell out for Zoria and Ray.
Okay. The two of you roll perception.
Can I just use my passive?
Yes. What's your passive?
Passive is 14.
Oh yeah, you
Mine's
guys
15, so I would love to
Nice.
use that as well.
Yeah, you guys are just drinking, getting ready to get another ale. When you hear Soren shouting from outside.
Okay.
I look up at Zoria and say, well, I
Alright.
guess we have to go.
I think that this is our cue. And we bust outside.
Okay. As you exit the building, you see Soren chasing Flynn
Oh.
out onto the docks and onto the frozen water.
Lake. Must get to the lake.
Flynn's not himself.
Okay.
We have to stop him.
I see that. I'm going to. I'm going to run after him
Mhm.
and Will I be able to catch up?
Roll athletics.
If you can beat a 1, you'll catch up.
Oh, it's a matter of.
No.
He can't.
No, I cannot catch. I got a 5.
Okay.
It was a nat 1 though, so.
Yeah. So you start running, but he's so small. Like you really just feel like you should be able to catch him, but you
I
can't.
shouldn't.
but you can't quite get there.
D&D,
I'm-
everybody.
I also am gonna run after him and attempt to catch him.
Okay, roll athletics.
Yeah, let's okay. All right. So that's 7 plus 5, 12.
Okay. You get pretty close. You're maybe 10 feet behind him. Roll survival.
Oh, I could close a 10-foot gap.
Well, you had 6 seconds.
All right. That's a 14.
14? Okay. You, as you're running, you step and you hear the ice starting to crack underneath you. You can continue to. You can try to grab him. Like you can try and dash forward on the next round and grab him, but you're hitting a very thin part of ice. Out in front of you, you can see where the ice transitions into water.
Okay, I'm gonna cast Entangle.
Nice. Okay.
I didn't. You gonna make me use a spell slot? You dummy. I'm gonna cast Entangle, so that. Grasping me. It's been a second since I've cast this, so I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
Must succeed on a strength saving throw or be restrained by plants. On ice. So does this keep? Huh?
Say it again.
So for Entangle, a creature must succeed on a strength savings throw or be entangled by plants.
Ice. Lake. Need. Lake.
I swear, if you do well on this.
10.
Oh, yeah, you do not succeed, so you are now entrapped in plants.
Ah, no. Must get to the lake.
He slams to the ice and skids for a moment with vines wrapping around him. You now have a restrained halfling squirming, trying to get out.
Can I grab on to, I imagine, I don't exactly know where these plants spring from, doesn't specify, but I imagine that I would be able to grasp them, or they come out of my staff, or like,
Yeah,
what
they
do...
they probably launch out of your staff in this case.
All right, so I'm gonna pull him back in
Oh, okay. So they would have launched out.
and
So,
grab
like,
him.
Yeah, it's not like a.
Can I
push and
grab?
pull.
Can I grab the vines?
Yeah, you
at
could grab onto the vines and
Alright.
start to
Alright.
haul them away.
Grab the vines and haul them away.
How do I feel about this?
Furious.
Rage.
Oh yeah.
Oh no!
I would like to rage. As I'm being like dragged, I just feel this like terrible rage come through me and this cold channeling through my blood. And I look at Zoria straight in her eyes and I say, "I'll have your head."
No God.
And I actually cast Fey Presence. So as an action, each creature within a 10-foot cube has to make a wisdom saving throw or become frightened until the end of my next turn. So you need to make a wisdom saving throw with a DC of 12.
Can he do that while trying?
Does it have somatic requirements?
It does not say.
It is a class ability, it's not a spell.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It is just a thing that
Gotcha.
is.
Wisdom save of what?
DC of 12.
Well, it's a 10-foot cube. Are we there?
If you were still trying to catch up, you could have during the time that she was restraining him.
I was trying to be there, so.
Yeah, it was also.
Well, 13.
You got it? Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's wisdom.
Yeah.
Wisdom, I got a 10.
You got 18.
Okay, so I think Ray's the only one that fails.
Ray
so.
fails, yeah.
Because it's, what was the DC?
12.
12. Okay.
And so this is the Fey presence is actually of like the queen, I believe, is the description of how I like to envision it.
So I start running away.
Yeah, you're watching your friends wrestle on the ice when suddenly one of them, there's this cold fury that emanates from him, and you feel the presence of something greater and much more unforgiving than the friend that you know.
Flynn? What are you doing? As I, like, back away from him.
I desired the lake.
We're here to help you.
Get away from me.
I'm working on it.
Let me go.
No.
At this point,
No.
you, Flynn, feel a moment of respite as something leaves. The two of you standing over him see this wispy, womanly figure kind of fade out, and you hear a voice say, "Not worth it," and then pulls back over the water. And Flynn has regained consciousness.
Where am I?
What is wrong with you, little one? Come on.
What did I do? Why not? I was in the.
Do I remember anything?
No.
I was going to the library and.
And then what did you do? What did he do, Soren?
We saw a lady in white strapped to a front of a ship, and I think she cast a spell on him. You lost your goddamn mind and started to run towards this lake.
I did.
Saying it was the only thing that you had to get to. You swung at me.
Why?
My God.
You tried to cast spell on us.
He did.
You assumed this visage of your queen, I think. It's terrifying.
I'm so sorry. Are you okay?
Yeah, we're fine.
We're
Just-
fine, yes.
No. I've done something terrible.
Why don't you be more careful when going near strange things?
No,
Take more heed?
I just wanted to help.
Flynn, it wasn't you. It was the lady of this lake.
It happens, but you were trying to drown yourself, so.
Guys, thank you. Thank you for putting up with me. You shouldn't have to.
It's nothing really.
I mean, we want to.
I just want to be help. I don't want to be a hindrance.
I know. You're mostly help. But you need to think sometimes, yes?
Yes. I'm gonna think. I'm gonna think real good.
Do you want to go read books? Or
I
should
don't
we go
think
to
that
the
taking
inn?
him back there is a good idea, personally.
Well, I think I'd like to take a second look at that ship, actually.
We'll keep him away from it for a moment.
Yes.
Well, if the lady's there, we'll certainly avoid her. But
I'd still very much like to read my books.
I'd like one as well, actually.
I will go with you.
As you guys kind of make your way back to shore, Flynn, you kind of lag behind in kind of remorse, and you see them stepping ahead of you, and you hear a voice say, "Well, that was embarrassing now, wasn't it, child? Come, speak with me." And you hear, look down, and the ice is shattering underneath you. Despite the fact that it's much thicker here than where you were only moments before. The rest of you look back, you see Flynn look up at you, and then plunge through the ice. Flynn, as you hit the water, you find yourself plunging into the depths and then sitting on that cold frost-covered hillside that you recognize from your dreams of late.
Do I feel cold?
Frigid. And your queen is standing next to you, and she looks down and says, "A petty spirit? Really?"
I'm sorry, McQueen. I didn't mean for it to happen.
No, I know, child. Might I suggest the next time you want to help, look around first?
Okay, I can do that.
I cannot invest in a champion that's going to get himself killed.
No, I'm not. I'm the right one for this job. I promise.
She kind of looks off of the hillside and says, "You have gotten stronger. Perhaps stronger than I gave you credit for. I am impressed, if not embarrassed, at this moment. Let me show you something." And the hillside vanishes. And you find yourself in a dark room, and in front of you is a large crystal throne. And she sits upon it. And she says, "You know, what I need is someone who can be at my side for all time. But to do that, you must become stronger, which is why I sent you there. There is one there who claims to be the goddess of winter. Claims, but that is my title. And it's not enough for me to take back what she stole. So I sent you there to retrieve it for me, the gem that we spoke of before.
Yes, I remember.
You will find that she and the gem are one and the same. I need it. I need it at whatever cost, even if that means sacrificing a lady tied to a post or anyone else."
Okay, I understand. I'm gonna get it for you. I promise. You've given me more than I could ever dream of. I was but a small halfling in a town that didn't matter. You've given me purpose. You've given me everything.
She kind of looks down and smiles, and you see a little rows of sharp teeth. And I will give you more. All you have to do is whatever I say.
Okay. What? Do you know what I can? Do you have a path for me? Do you know where she stays? Where is she?
There is an island to the north. Far to the north. But beware, she's too powerful for you yet. But there will come a time, and when it does, I want that gem.
Okay. Thank you, McQueen. Thank you so much.
She kind of leans back in her chair and just waves a hand. And you go rushing back through the darkness and back through the water, and then into the lake where you fell through. You see the hole in the ice above you. You do not have to roll the Constitution save for being in frigid water, thanks to your new boots.
Hey.